Moin, I'm Catherine, and today I'm in bed with Jana Lee Hamblin.
Yes, hi.
We are sitting in a beautiful bed in LA on Mulholland Drive in a very beautiful home.
Yes.
Thanks, Julie, so much for having us. We're going to do an interview with Julie in a session in a second. I'm going to link that in the corner. And we're in Hollywood, and you're an actress.
Yes, ma'am.
So do you have some exciting things coming up right now?
I do. I have just worked on Ballers, and then I just worked with Giovanni Ribisi on Sneaky Pete. And there are two films actually that I've done that are on they're coming out. One is Seaside, that was written and directed by Sam Zalutko.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And then we just did The Last Champion.
Oh. What's that about?
It is about a man who was a very well-known wrestler in a small town, and he went to the Olympics as a wrestler, and he was the town champ. He ended up using steroids when he was in the Olympics, and then had a bad name. When he tried to come back to the town, everybody had a really negative opinion about him, and his triumph through that. It was beautifully done. I happened to play one of the townspeople who is not on his side. Yes.
I just wanted to ask what your part is. Oh.
Yes, I was actually one of the people who you're not rooting for.
Okay.
But, it's for story.
Yeah.
It's all story.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you feel more comfortable playing like mean characters or nice characters?
I think I like it all, because I think that we are, all of us, everything.
Yeah.
I am a full-blown serial killer, and I'm also a Mother Teresa. And I say that without any judgment. So I typically play characters who have an agenda, who are stronger, who are, full of opinions.
Okay.
But who I am as a person, I have a lot of fairness in me, and I tend to be pretty direct and honest. I mean, sometimes sweet. But I like to play the people who are flawed, who you can see that what's right underneath the surface is their weakness. Yeah. I love that. I love to play trying to cover up the weakness. Yeah, that's what excites me.
Amazing, interesting. So we have a few typical in bed with questions for you. And the first one that we always ask is what happened last night?
What did happen last night? I live a somewhat quiet life on my time off or days off. I live in Agora Hills on a farm with dear friends, and we have horses and, dogs, and I have a 19-year-old cat. So I mucked stalls last night and played with the horses. We have a couple of rescue horses, baby Jolene, who's almost a year old, and Penny Lane, that's a mini Shetland pony. So I played with the girls, and then I went inside and I watched a great show called Better Things.
I love that show.
Oh my God. Love Pamela Adlon.
Absolutely.
Oh my God. So I stayed in bed with my 19-year-old cat and watched about 6 episodes of Better Things.
I haven't seen the new season yet.
I finished the whole season last night.
Oh
yes.
My God. Oh, I'm so looking forward to watching it when I'm home.
Good.
Yeah.
So
it is
good.
I love the first season, so.
I just like that it is not affected at all. It's absolutely the real, the down, the dirty, the ugly, the triumph, the sorrow, the grief, the sex, I love it.
Yeah, they do such a great job on that show.
I agree. So that's what happened last night.
Oh my, that sounds like a pretty good night to me.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
Yeah, it sounds
Sunday
like a pretty
night.
Good night.
It's where the party is.
So as this is not your bed and we cannot check, would you tell us what things lie in and around your bed? The cat, obviously.
My cat is always on my bed. Books. I have.
What are you reading right now?
I am reading this book called Elephant Company. It is a true story of true story of a man who went to Burma in the 1920s and lived and worked with elephants, and they basically are called, the unsung heroes who saved all these people from all these war soldiers in World War I. Sorry.
Yeah.
It is just, I'm only about maybe a quarter of the way through, and I've already laughed out loud. I've cried a couple times. It is
I love
amazing.
that you cry when you're reading. I do it too. Films too, movies.
Always.
Thank you.
Always.
Thank you.
I'm the crying, laughing fool. Yes. Oh, it's
that sounds super interesting.
It's a beautiful book.
Yeah.
I love it. My sister read it, and she knew that because I'm a big animal person.
Awesome. That's how we met,
Yes.
Like being
animal lovers.
Yes.
So Elephant Company it's just exciting me. When you're watching a good show and you're reading a good book, sometimes I don't know, what do I want to do? What should I do? So
I totally know that dilemma. Yeah.
So I finished Better Things, so now I'm reading my book again.
Reading your book again.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. That sounds super, super good. I'm sorry for the noises of the sheets. We still don't have our cards back. I'm going to print new cards when I'm back in Germany. And if you put some money in the crowdfunding, then I can print new cards. Please. But we're going to talk about the crowdfunding today.
Support her in her crowdfunding.
Yeah. I'm going to put the link in the corner.
Thank you.
So did you ever, you're like a very sensitive person, and we've talked a little bit before, and you feel like things happen in a certain way at a certain time. Mm-hmm. Did you ever have a foreboding dream that actually came true?
I have a lot of those that happen, and that maybe not like, because our dreams are so oddly choreographed, right? So it's not like I'm living actually the same dream I just had last night. But I have, especially when I'm doing a lot of meditation and I'm really willing to listen to the voice of spirit, when I'm really quieting my mind, my dreams are absolutely leaders of my real life. I will say that I have had an experience, and it has not happened ever again, but just as you asked that question, the first thing that came to my mind was, I dreamt one night, and this was years ago, about the word Constantinople. Okay, I don't know what, I just dreamt the word Constantinople, that I saw it. The very next day, I was walking down the sidewalk. I was in Northwest Portland, which is where I'm from, and I looked down, and in the sidewalk cement, the word Constantinople was, I died. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
I couldn't believe it. So I don't know if I had seen it, dreamt it, and saw it again. I choose to understand. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
possible.
That was the first thing that came to my mind when you asked that. But I dreamt this morning about a person who I was in a relationship with, a girlfriend, a friendship, and I was dreaming about her just this morning, and I was forgiving her. We are no longer in a friendship, right? Because
I know those.
We don't talk about that often enough. Like, we hear about divorce. I'm divorcing my husband, or I broke up with my boyfriend, but we don't always hear about, I
broke up with a friendship.
With a friendship. Yeah. But it really does happen.
It does happen. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I dreamt this morning in my dream that I was forgiving her, in person. We were talking, and we were both very forgiving of each other. And when I woke up, she's just been on my heart today, not in a way that I want to call her or reignite any kind of contact or anything, but a release and a relief.
You feel better that, you feel that your mind has
let go. And there's a deeper forgiveness.
Amazing. I love that.
Yeah. So I think our dreams are wildly inspiring and tell us a lot.
They tell us
a lot. But then, sometimes it's like
it's like, what?
What is what?
Yeah.
So have you ever heard of the comedian Mitch Hedberg? He's gone now. He died, but he talks about, when he's dreaming and, I was just building a go-kart with my old ex-landlord. Like sometimes you're just doing weird stuff and it doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
But then you have these moments of like, oh good. I'm so glad that happened, because then somehow in my body, in the memory, in the vibration, it happened.
It happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. Thank you. Now a more banal question after going so deep, which I loved.
Yes.
Does the sound of a coffee machine get you out of bed?
Oh, always. The smell, the sound of a cup coming down out of the cupboard and getting put on the countertop gets me out of bed. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I am a coffee person. In fact, I think I'll have a sip of coffee on that one.
Yes, we've also got beverages in this nice home. What keeps you from sleeping?
Not much.
No, you're a good sleeper.
I am a good sleeper.
Oh, I'm so envious.
Have an ability to sleep anywhere, anytime, under any circumstance. And anybody who knows me will testify to that, will attest to that. Yeah. I would say things that keep me from sleeping just logistically would be if I'm working. Yeah. Right? If I'm actually, on my feet working. Yeah. But even when I'm working, anytime I'm on set, when we have any kind of a break, I always go into my trailer and I can close my eyes, even if it's for 5 or 10 minutes, and just, go to sleep. And I don't mean like, I'm passed out, but just quietly sleep. I sleep in my car. I can just put my seat back. It's like, no, I'm a sleeper. Oh.
You're the perfect person for this show.
I'm telling you, when you said bed, I was like, oh dear God.
Let's do this.
Yes. No, I'm a big sleeper.
That is amazing. But are you also a morning person? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I can imagine that. Especially if you have like animals and have to take care of animals. And
The earlier to bed. And you know what else I heard about beauty sleep? This is something I heard years ago, and I always think about it. The hours, we always hear, I'm going to get my beauty sleep. We need to get our beauty sleep. The hours that we sleep before midnight are what they would consider beauty sleep.
Is that true?
That's what I've heard. So like,
I've heard something like that before, that like, and more relaxing for some reason.
So if you go to bed,
I never go to bed
8 p.m. and sleep from 8 p.m. to 4 a.m., that's actually more, nourishing than if I slept from like at midnight to 8 or 2.
Obviously that's like different types of people. There's like night people and
right.
day people.
Right.
But like, obviously if you're like a day person, then it is okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I've heard
that before. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting, isn't it?
I'll test it.
Are you a night person or a day person?
I used to definitely be a night person, but I think it's changing. It like used to be very easy, even with little sleep, to get up in the morning anyway and do stuff. And I've become a snoozer in the past year. So now when my alarm goes off and I didn't wake up by myself, it's like, and I hate it, actually. I hate it. So I'm trying to get a better sleep rhythm. Actually, that's what I'm working on.
Right. Yeah. Do you sleep well typically? No. Light sleeper?
I'm a very light and bad sleeper.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, and I have usually I have to sleep with earplugs because if it's not like completely silent, almost anything will wake me up. And then depending on how tired I was or what's going on in my life, it's very hard for me to fall back asleep.
Wow.
Sometimes. So yeah.
And then does it make you upset?
Yeah. Especially, when I know I have to get up at a certain point and I have to do, especially if it's like important stuff, or like I teach gym classes. So if I know I have to teach a gym class in the morning and I can't sleep the whole night, that's a shitty situation.
Right. Yeah. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. But, sometimes it's getting better.
Do you exercise? Yeah, so you do. You teach gym class.
Yeah.
Does it affect your sleep if you have worked out that day or not? Do you notice that?
No, because there's so much more stuff going on all the time in my life that I really cannot say I believe that exercise will make you sleep better.
Right.
But yeah, if there's something else going on anyway, then yeah.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah. Fun question. Top 3 people you would not mind being caught in bed with by the paparazzi. Because that can happen to you.
Okay.
So who's coming out of your house in the morning and you won't know? Nobody will know what happened. We're not like suggesting that anything did happen. But
okay. So Josh, and for whatever reason I can't remember his last name, but he is the voice on the Home Depot. He was in the movie with Reese Witherspoon, Alabama, Sweet Home Alabama. I can't remember
bad
his
with
name.
names. Yeah.
Regardless.
Yeah.
G-Love from G-Love and Special Sauce. He's been my girl crush for probably now a long time. Decades. I love him. And who else? Who else would I like to have coming out of my bed in the morning?
I know it's such a hard question. I'm always like,
Well,
if you would ask me that question, I'm like, I mean, now I thought about it, but
I know it. I know it. Who do I think is just darling? Well, I mean, I'm gonna say Matt Damon, even though I know he's married. I'm not trying to it's not, but
it's not about that.
There you go,
it's not about
Matt
that.
Damon.
It's just a fun question.
Yeah, Matt Damon. Yeah, I love him.
Yeah, it's like the silly girl crush question.
Yes. Yeah. I've always been a big fan of his.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's nice.
Oh, I know one more person though.
Yeah.
Even though he's already gone, he's died. Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Okay.
I've always really loved him. But maybe we didn't even fool around all night long. Maybe we just talked. No, we didn't. We fooled around. We fooled around.
Okay, I mean, fair is fair.
Okay.
Last question already.
Yes.
And you can go either deep shit or you can go to your childhood, but please do not answer dust.
Okay. No dust.
No dust.
Okay.
Which monster sleeps under your bed?
Oh. Which monster sleeps under my bed? The scary one that grabs my ankles as I am trying to get from the light to the bed. Mm-hmm. The one that literally is always there. And even though I've done a lot of psychological work on my monsters, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There is that element of I will always leap from the light. I will always take a big leap into my bed. Always, no matter what.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that is...
Yeah, I don't know what he's going to do to me. I just know that it's just that rah thing that I get scared of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. This was so sweet.
Yeah. Thank
I
you
really appreciate you.
Should we say just bye to the internet out there?
Thanks, you guys. I hope you all have a beautiful day. Be kind to yourselves and be kind to each other.
And to the animals.
And to all the animals. If you see anything, any kind of
I've
cruelty,
got this pin.
Yes, make sure that you say or do something if you see any harm being done to animals.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody.
Moin, I'm Catherine, and today I'm in bed with the wonderful Julie Mintz. You've got some exciting things coming up for you.
My debut full-length album is coming out October 5th.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yes. The album is called Abandon All Hope of Fruition.
Now, going to the sleepy part of things, what happened last night?